Okay, we're on live.
Yes, sir, and it's recording.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, thank you for everyone that's been logged in. Appreciate your patience. We'll try to get through the docket as soon as possible. Welcome to the city of China Grove. Before we get started, I just want to inform everyone that we are recording. This is a court of record, so we are recording the proceedings. In addition to that, we have individuals that may be on YouTube live streaming these proceedings. You are instructed not to record these legal proceedings. For those individuals that are here on video and audio, once again, these are legal proceedings that you are not to record these proceedings. Okay, just a few instructions before we get started. We're actually waiting for Mr. John Mead, who is the prosecutor, but we'll go ahead and go through the instructions and some admonishments while we're waiting for him. We'll certainly get that out of the way. First of all, when I call your name up, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read the charges that are filed against you. Before I can do anything, I need to take a plea from you. The three pleas that you need to be concerned with is one, your plea of guilty, where you admit the charges filed against you, your plea of not guilty, where you deny the charges filed against you, or your plea of no contest, where you neither admit them nor deny them. You just want to take care of the business before the court and move on. For our purposes here today, there really is no difference between the guilty plea and the no contest plea. The only time that you'll really see it come into play is, let's say, for example, you're charged with running a red light and you have an accident. Well, if you come to court on running the red light and you enter a plea of guilty, well, that plea can be used against you in a civil case. Whereas if you plead no contest, it would not be able to be used against you. They would actually have to prove that you ran a red light. There really is no difference between.
I cooperated all the way.
Okay, now the reason all this is important is because the cases that we hear at this level are criminal in nature. As a result of that, it triggers certain constitutional rights that you have. One of the most important constitutional rights is that you have a right to enter a plea of not guilty and have a trial in front of a judge, or you can have a trial in front of a jury. That's where we bring individuals from the city of China Grove that will sit in judgment, okay? That's a very important right. Now, you also have the right to remain silent. You don't have to enter a plea of guilty or no contest. The state of Texas has the burden to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses, and you also have a right to bring in witnesses that will testify on your behalf with regard to the citation. So if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you in essence are waiving or you're giving up those constitutional rights. Now, if you enter a plea of not guilty, like I said, you do have a right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. If you select a jury trial, that means that you're going to be required to make two appearances. The first appearance is a pretrial conference. The purpose of that is to address any legal issues that need to be addressed before the actual trial. We put those cases on a jury docket. The second setting is the actual trial. And it's very important that you show up for that, because if you do not only will there be a warrant issued for your arrest, but whatever it costs the city to set that up, that cost may be passed on to you regardless of the outcome of the case. So theoretically, let's say you missed your jury trial, we have to do it all over again. We have a trial, jury finds you not guilty, but then you're facing a big bill because you didn't show up. And the only point that I'm trying to make is make sure that you show up for any and all court settings. If you want a non-jury trial, what we will do is that we'll put you on a non-jury docket. And at that time, we'll select, we'll have a trial and we'll hear the case. Now, according to the Office of Court Administrations, as far as jury trials are concerned at the municipal and the JP level, there will not be any jury trials until at least January the 2nd. And at that point, we really don't even know if that's going to happen. So you're probably looking at a pretty prolonged period of waiting time for a jury trial. Okay, now, There are some individuals that have a commercial driver's license and have a moving violation. Now, for those individuals, these cases, like I said, are criminal in nature, okay? And at the trial level, I do not have the authority to consider probation nor defensive driving. The only two options are to pay a fine or to take it to trial. Now, you're welcome to talk to the prosecutor to see if something can be worked out. But as far as the court is concerned, there's no option other than those two. Now, if you're under the age of 25 and you have a moving violation and you want your case dismissed, you'll be required to take a defensive driving class. Now, for everyone else, there's two ways to get a ticket dismissed. One, which is the least expensive way, is to take a defensive driving class. If you do everything you're supposed to do and you pay the court cost, then that case will get dismissed. It does not get reported to DPS, so therefore would not show up on your driving record. The second way is what we call deferred disposition, and that's discretionary with the court. I can grant it, but I don't have to grant it if I don't want to. If I do grant it, though, you will be required to pay a special expense fee, and you will be put on probation anywhere from 1 day to 180 days. And as long as you pay up your fees and you've not picked up any similar violations or any other conditions that are imposed, then once again, that case gets dismissed and it will not show up on your driving record. Now, if you want to pay the fine, but you don't have the money, let me know, and that what we'll do is we'll do a time pay. What that basically means is that we will give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. If you pay it, then you've satisfied your obligation. However, if you do not pay it within the 30 days, you will be put on a time payment plan. However, the state of Texas mandates a time payment fee that would be added on to each violation that goes beyond the 30 days. So if you want to save yourself a few bucks, try to take care of it within 30 days. Now, the state of Texas is represented by Mr. John Mead. If you have 3 or more citations, I'm going to ask you to visit with him to see if y'all can work something out. If y'all can work it out, that'd be great. We'll come back into the courtroom and we'll go ahead and recite the terms of the agreement. If you don't work it out, then we can go ahead and set it down for trial if that's what you want. Now, please understand that Mr. Mead represents the state of Texas. He does not represent you. So whatever agreement you reach with him, you need to make sure that you understand what the consequences are of not complying, because if you don't, it could wind up being a conviction. If you have any questions, talk to Mr. Mead. He will shoot straight with you. But once again, the decision you make will be a decision that you alone are going to make. Okay, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead for those individuals that I have you on video, as well as for the individuals on audio. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. I'm going to administer an oath. And then we'll go ahead and acknowledge that you'll taken the oath. Okay, so everybody that's on video, if you can go ahead and raise your right hand as well as audio. All right, very good. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give in this call will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Okay, starting off with Ms. Quintana Santos. Can you give me a thumbs up if you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, ma'am. Trayvon Arnold, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Thank you, sir. Enrique Iquaya. You're not very good. Double thumb. Thank you. Let's see. Trey O'Brien. You acknowledge taking the oath, sir. Thank you, sir. Osvaldo Mora. Do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, sir. Michael Cardenas. Do you acknowledge taking the oath? Very good. Patrick Murphy. Do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, sir. Darius Dempsey. Do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Very good. Thank you. Andrew Zamora. Do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, sir. Billet Johnson, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you. Zachary Waytrek, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, sir. Y'all can go ahead and put your hands down now. For those individuals that are on audio, I will take your acknowledgement when we call your case. Okay, I see where Mr. Mead has joined us. Clarissa, should we go ahead and set the order?
Yes, but let me check with John. I think he sent a text that he Did you only get one page, John?
No, I got 6 pages. I'm just talking about the screen. Is this it?
Yes, 15 total. Okay, I thought you only got one page of the docket. I was like, what the heck? Yes, there's 15 total, so we're good.
Okay, so
Okay.
what's the
Okay.
batting order?
All right, so we're gonna do our order now. I'm gonna keep everybody muted. Please, while we do this, we're just gonna have the judge, myself, and our prosecutor unmuted right now. Our order is, we're gonna start with number 1 is, well, first of all, on page 1, halfway down, you have Edward Gutierrez. If y'all can strike him, he has paid.
Okay, great.
Page 2, almost at the bottom, third from bottom, Maria Ochoa, strike her, she did pay.
Okay, good, thank
Okay.
you.
And then for our docket, number 1, Darius Demby, page 2, at the bottom of, I don't see him, yeah, toward the bottom of page 2, Darius Demby,
Got him.
he's number 1. Number 2 is on page 4, toward the top. He is, oh, he is the top, Zachary Theatric.
Okay, number 2.
Okay, number 3 is on page 2 on the toward the bottom. And he is Andrew Zamora, the second from the bottom, number 3.
Okay,
Page 5. Little past the middle, Patrick Murphy, number 4.
okay,
We have page 4. Toward the top a little, Osvaldo Mora, number 5.
okay,
Page 3. We have well, I don't even see her, so. Oh, there she, okay, she's a little bit past the middle. Kiana Santos. Kiana Esmeralda Santos is number 6.
got her.
Page 2. About the middle, Leif Reynolds. Number 8.
Who's number 7?
Oh, did I skip him? I'm sorry. Number 7 is on page 5. I guess 7 comes after 6 now.
Okay,
So page 5 in the middle, we have Miguel Cardenas,
okay, so he's
number
number,
7. Yes. Then go back to page 2. And about the middle, we have Leif Reynolds. Is number,
okay, so he's number 8, is that correct?
he's number 8.
Okay,
Page 1. Second person from the bottom is Billette Johnson. Number 9. She's number 9.
okay,
Page 2, the very first person is Trayvon Arnold. He's number 10.
on what page?
Page 2, the top,
Trayvon,
Trayvon Arnold,
okay,
number
Yep.
10.
number 10, okay,
First person on page 1, Stephen McCauley, is number 11. And then on page 5, the middle of page 5 is Antonio Lopez. And he's number 12.
okay,
Then go back to page 1. The middle of page 1 is Enrique Eguia.
Who now?
Enrique Eguia, right in the middle. He's number 13.
got him,
Page 5. The top. Kind of not the top, not the third person down is Trey O'Brien.
okay, now I can, Clarissa, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, if you
Okay.
can, yeah, so.
I'm sorry. Okay, page
Number
5. Are we breaking up?
No, well, when you turn your head, I kind of lose you there.
Really? Okay, let me
Yeah.
turn my computer. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, so page 5. The third person down, Trey O'Brien,
Do we have more of these?
is number 14.
Okay,
And then on page 1, Severo Mateos is number 15. He's toward the top.
okay, very good.
That's everybody so far.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take care of one. Let's see, who's, okay, so number 2 is Zachary Waytrek. He's gonna visit
Yes.
with Mr. Mead. Is that correct?
He is. Can I ask real quick, is there anybody that's here that needs a Spanish interpreter?
Now, they're
Is
muted.
anybody, if you do, please raise your hand so we can see you and know, or unmute yourself and let us know because you're muted, remember. Does anybody on the docket today need a Spanish interpreter? I'll have him stand by just in case, but I would like to let him maybe get off of here right now, though. Okay, I think we're good then.
Okay,
You agree, Judge? Can we let Officer Morales,
Rosales.
Rosales go so that we
Yes.
can, and I'll just have him on standby?
Yeah,
Officer Rosales, can you kind of be on standby? So far, we think everybody's good and doesn't need a Spanish interpreter. And if we need you, can I call you?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, you're here. Okay, great.
Yes.
So if we need you, I'll call you. I just didn't want to make you have to sit through the whole court hearing right now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, first of all, Mr. Waytrek, Zachary Waytrek, you're gonna be put in a breakout room with Mr. Mead, so y'all can try to hopefully reach some type of an agreement. So if you'll just stand by, they're gonna put you in a breakout room.
Okay, John, he's on page 4 at the top, or the
Okay.
top.
I see him.
Okay. Did they go?
Okay, Mr. Mead's gone.
Okay, there we go. It wasn't popping up on my screen. I didn't know where I sent them. Okay, Right.
Okay, very good. Okay, first case is gonna be Darius Dwayne Demby. Okay, Mr. Demby, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Doing good by yourself, sir.
Great, great. Hey, listen, Mr. Demby, you have 2 citations. One is failure to provide evidence of insurance, and one is failure to maintain insurance. Let me ask you this. How do you plead to the charge of failed to provide evidence of insurance?
At that point in time, I was en route to go get my insurance paper. So,
So you did not have insurance on that day?
I didn't have the paper inside the car that day.
Okay, well, were you covered on that day?
Yes, sir.
You were covered?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me ask you this. What time of the day were you cited?
Honestly, sir, I do not remember the time by heart.
Hey, Clarissa.
I can let you know, it was at, well, I'm kind of not good at this, 2100 hours.
Okay, so that would be, yeah. 2100 is what, 9 o'clock in PM or?
It's PM.
Yes, that would be PM, okay. Okay, so when did you purchase the insurance? Because the hour is gonna be critical, Mr. Demby. Because if you got cited, say after 5 o'clock, which 2100 hours would be, that means that you would have to have been covered before then,
Yes, sir.
okay? Can you provide us proof that you were covered when they stopped you?
Am I able to email it to you? Cause I don't have my car right now.
Yes, we can, Clarissa, can he email it?
He can email it or he can text it, or you're saying you're able to do that right now while the judge is present?
Not right now,
Oh.
Just as soon as I get my car back, I'll be able to.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then we may have to reset your case then.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So Clarissa, let's go ahead and reset Mr. Demby for 30 days.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Mr. Demby, let me just inform you of something.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have two citations. One is failed to provide evidence and the
Yes,
other
sir.
one is failed to maintain evidence, okay? Now, if you had insurance at the time that you were cited, then we're gonna have to entertain a plea on the failure to provide proof of insurance. Now, if you were not covered at that time, well, then obviously you can't produce something that you don't have.
Right.
And at that point, we can enter some type of an adjudication on the failure to maintain, and I will go ahead and dismiss the failure to provide, okay?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
depending on what you send us, okay, that may be something that you may want to think about in advance.
Right. Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and reset both of these cases for 30 days. Okay.
Roger.
Okay, now, without telling us your address, Mr. Demby, Clarissa, can you tell us what street our records show? he resides in?
Wilson Way. Mr. Demby, are you still located on Wilson Way?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Okay, great. We will mail your reset form to that address.
Yes, ma'am. Do I still email you or text you the
That
proof?
would be good. That way we can call and verify and have it ready for court.
Yes, ma'am.
As soon as you can do that, I can give you a phone number you want to text it to us or do you want to email it? What would work best?
Whichever one works best for you guys.
Okay, let me give you our phone number. You can text it to. And as soon as you get that, just text it over to us. And on that text, make sure you include your name so we know what case to put it with, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready for the number
Okay,
whenever you are.
it's 210-837-3704. And just make sure it shows your policy number and the dates of the
Yes.
And the
expiration and issuance and
as well as the
Yes.
vehicle that's covered on.
the vehicle that is in question.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll verify that with the insurance company and we'll have it ready for your next court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go on to number 2.
That's gonna be
Okay,
Andrew Zamora.
So we'll go to number 3.
Did you want to, number 3 is gonna be Andrew Zamora on page 2.
Yes, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and go to Mr. Zamora. Let's see, where is Mr. Zamora? There he is. Okay, Mr. Zamora, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Great, I can hear you too. Also, by the way, before I go further, since we are live streaming, please do not give us any personal information like social security number or a driver's license number. What we will do is just to confirm that you're at the same address, we'll just go ahead and read out the name of the street, and then you just acknowledge if that's your current address. Okay, so let's go ahead and Mr. Zamora, you have a charge here of following too closely. To that charge, sir, how do you plead?
No contest.
No contest. And what did you want to do with your citation, sir?
I'm gonna go ahead and I want to take care of it where I'm not. It's not gonna show up on my record.
Okay, well, that would be one of 2 ways. The least expensive way is a defensive driving class. Did you want to do that or did you want to consider deferred?
Unfortunately, I had 2 citations that day. I got one and then I got that one. So I already did the citation for the defensive driving for speeding.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that one, and so I'm gonna have to just pay the fine for the other one.
Okay, now the speeding citation, was it also there here in China Grove?
Yes, it was together. I paid it yesterday. I paid the 144.
Oh, yes,
Okay,
you did.
paid the court cost. Okay, now, Mr. Zamora, if you'd like, I can go ahead and place you on deferred since you are doing the class, okay?
Okay.
And when you turn in that certificate, we can go ahead and put it in with the following two closely. So either you can pay a fine of $220, but if you do that, it goes on your record, or I can place you on deferred for $250 total. And then as long as you don't receive a similar violation within 90 days, then that would be dismissed.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the deferred.
You want to do the deferred? Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grant your deferred disposition. I'm going to go ahead and set the special expense fee at $250. And then I'm going to put you on deferred for a 90-day period. Now, what that basically means is that as long as you don't pick up a similar violation within the 90 days and you pay the deferred fee, then it'll be dismissed. Okay?
Okay.
Now, the question is, can you pay the deferred fee today?
Not today. I can do it in payments.
Okay, well, I need to collect at least $134 before I can put you on deferred. Now, if you don't have it, I can reset you for 30 days. I'll pre-approve you, and then you'd have to come up with at least 134 within 30 days.
See, I can come up with the 134 tomorrow.
Okay, all right, so why don't we go ahead and do this? Clarissa, I'm gonna go ahead and approve the deferred disposition, and he can pay the 134 tomorrow.
Okay.
And then for the balance, Mr. Zamora, we'll give you the 90 days to pay that.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have any questions, sir?
So do I need to send a money order over there? Can I go ahead and take it over there tomorrow, the money order?
sorry?
You can, be sure you call our office first. Our hours are weird right now. But if you can call us and make sure somebody's here. And if they are, you can do it that way, or you can call it in and we can take payment over the phone.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Then I'll call it in then tomorrow.
very good. Can I give you a phone number to call?
Sure.
Okay, it's 210. I'll give you two phone numbers. Everybody might want to write these down in case they need to call. It's 210-648-4923. That's the
Okay.
office phone. And then the cell phone is 210-837-3704.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So give us a call tomorrow and we'll get you set up, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
You're excused.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mead, if you'll unmute yourself. There we go. Okay, now I do not see Mr. Waitrek.
Still in the room. He should be coming out in a couple seconds.
All right.
There he is.
Okay. Mr. Waitrek, if you can unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay, Mr. Waitrek, before we go forward, since I have you on the phone, earlier.
Oh yeah, hold on. I got one thing to talk about actually.
Okay, but
From my
before
first
we-
case,
Okay,
remember,
Mr. Waitrek, hold on for a second. Let me just give you an acknowledgement. Did you acknowledge taking the oath that I administered earlier?
yeah, I gave you a thumbs up
Okay, well, why do I not have you on the screen then?
because my phone is locked. I have low battery right now.
I see. Okay,
I'm on safe driving mode, but I can still talk to you.
okay, very good. Okay, but before you say anything, Mr. Mead, were y'all able to reach an agreement?
Yes, I don't know what Mr. Wytrick has to say, but when I left the room, we had an agreement. Do we still have
Yeah.
an agreement?
Yeah,
Mr.
we still have an agreement. This was on a whole nother case. I just have a question on it.
On
From last
another
month.
case Other than these?
Yeah, remember when I hit the mailbox?
No,
This is. Hold on. Is this regarding that?
No,
no.
So what was I on Zoom for last month?
Clarissa?
That was when they towed my car.
I mean,
out of
I
my-
can go look him
remember
up. I'm not real sure.
Remember when they towed my car out of my driveway and said that I had no insurance?
I don't personally remember that, but I can go look you up. Just one moment.
Yeah, look me up.
You want to go ahead and proceed on these cases, Zachary?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Let's do
Okay,
it.
here's it on the cases that are before us right now, Your Honor.
Okay,
There are 3 cases: failed to control speed, defective brakes, and driving while license suspended or invalid.
okay,
We worked out on the failed to control speed, 60 days deferred. Condition, take driver safety course because he's 23 years old. And a special expense fee of $270 is my recommendation. On the defective brakes, we're going to do a straight plea, fine of $200.
okay,
I'm going to TIC the suspended or invalid license case and recommend that be dismissed.
okay. Mr. Waitrick, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yeah, that's my understanding of the agreement.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement. Now, Mr. Waitrick, I need to take a plea from you with regard to the failed to control speed. How do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
Okay, and then to the charge of defective brakes, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and accept your plea of guilty to the charge of failed to control speed. I'm gonna go ahead and place you on deferred for 60 days, order the defensive driving class, and pay a special expense fee of $270. With regard to
All
the defective brakes, I'm gonna go ahead and accept your plea of guilty, and that'll be a straight fine of $200. Now, with regard to the third offense of driving while license invalid, the state is taking that into consideration and will be dismissing the case. Mr. Mead, the method of payment, did y'all discuss that?
Yeah, I believe that Mr. Weitrick's going to pay it all today. I gave him the phone number to call in. I believe it's going to be paid by a debit card. Is that correct, Mr. Weitrick?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, that takes care of these 3 cases. Clarissa, were you able to find anything?
Yes, it looks like he was in court last time for a different ticket. It was for running a stop sign and driving while license suspended or invalid. He's on time payments for both of those.
Okay, Mr. Waitrick, did you have a question with regard to those?
Yeah, I do. I was given a hearing by DPS. Oh, I was given a letter telling by DPS saying that I had to ask for a hearing, or they were going to suspend my license for a whole year.
Okay, now
That may be because the driving while license invalid went on his record. I'm not sure if that causes something like that.
but Mr. Waitrick, that's nothing that we have anything to do with. Okay, as far as
All right.
anything is concerned.
And actually,
but-
Your Honor,
okay,
if I may add something, I believe it's way past new trial time, so I think that's just something that even if we wanted to do
Nah,
something.
I just
We
had a
can't.
question about it. I
Yeah,
just
it's
had
already a
question, that's it.
conviction, so.
Okay, what's the question, Mr. Weitrick?
Like, how do I take care of that? Do I proceed with the hearing?
You would have to
Well, I mean,
contact
I
DPS
already did.
and
Well, now,
You
I
already-
already requested one.
if you're talking about a hearing on this charge today, that one's being dismissed.
No,
So that you
not
don't-
this charge today.
Yeah, that's done.
it's probably from the one, John, that went on his record last time, because it
Yes.
was entered as a final conviction, so it went on his record. So he probably got contacted by DPS to take care of something with them regarding this being on his record. And that would be something you'd have to contact DPS with and find out the procedures with them, because it's out of our hands at this time.
All right.
The hearing wouldn't be with our court. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Clarissa, Mr. Waitrick is gonna pay the special expense fee and a fine on today's tickets. You
Right.
wanna give him the contact number? I don't know if he has it.
I gave him the phone number back in the breakout room. Your Honor.
Right. If you
Yeah,
can
I
call
have
them
it.
now, Zach, they can help you out, okay?
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you. All right.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
paying 200 on one straight fine and a 270 deferred.
Okay, Mr. Mead, it looks like you have number 5 on page 4, Mr. Osvaldo Mora,
Well, what page, Your Honor?
page 5. Oh, sorry, page 4.
It's on 4.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
number,
see him.
yes.
I'm going to send y'all to a breakout room. Mr. Mora, if you can unmute yourself, you're going to go into a room with our prosecuting attorney to discuss your cases, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so once we do that,
All right, and then Judge, we're going to have Patrick Murphy,
yes,
and
page
he is
5.
on page 5.
Yes, okay, Mr. Murphy, let's see there you are. Okay, Mr. Murphy, you have a charge of speeding 60 and a 50. To that charge, sir, how do you plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right, sir, and what did you want to do with this citation?
If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a quick question first. If no sense in throwing good money at bad here, but
Okay, I
getting
lost.
it over.
No.
Can you?
We
can
can't
me,
hear you,
sir?
Mr. Murphy.
How about now? Is it better now?
There you go.
Your Honor, quick question for you, if you don't mind. I might need to go talk to Mr. Mead or just do the defensive driving. There's no sense in throwing good money at bad, but without having to go to trial and that expense for a speeding ticket, is there a better way to handle it with you guys or Mr. Mead? The officer clearly, I mean, I caught him in a lie. I recorded it. Obviously, you guys probably record it. I was not speeding. He complained that he got a aggressive driving complaint from me, is why he pulled me over. And then he pulled me over gave me a ticket for speeding. I watched him walk out of a convenience store. When he told me 3 blocks back, he clocked me. Is there a better way to handle it, or is it just the best way to do it is just no contest, offensive driving, and get on down the road?
Well, I think that the best way to handle it, Mr. Murphy, based on what you're telling me, is to visit with the prosecutor.
Yes, sir.
Because if he moves for a dismissal, then of course you don't have to pay anything.
Yes,
Or
sir.
even if you go the defensive driving route, you still have to pay court costs, you gotta pay for
Correct.
school and your driving record.
Yes, sir. If you don't mind, I'd like to do that, Your Honor.
Sure, no problem at all. If you'll just stand by as
Yes,
soon as
sir.
it becomes available. And then, of course, if y'all can't work anything out, then, you need to make a decision which direction you want to go.
I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, sir. Well, thank you. And just stand by.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, so number 6 is, okay, on page 3. And that'll be
Santos.
Yana Santos. Okay, Miss Santos, let's see, where are you?
See if I can
There you
unmute her.
go. Okay, Miss Santos, can you unmute yourself, ma'am? It looks like she's frozen.
Uh-oh. Ms. Santos, can you hear us? There, oh,
Yes,
There you go.
there you go.
Okay, very good. Okay, Miss Santos, you have 2 offenses. One is defective headlamps. To that charge, how do you plead?
guilty,
Okay, and then you have a charge of no driver's license. How do you plead?
guilty.
Okay, let's talk about the headlamps first. Can you tell me what was the problem?
I was driving out with the owner at the time, and I didn't realize that the front light was out, so we got stopped for that.
Okay, has that been corrected?
Yes,
Okay, and what was it? Was it a bulb or what was it?
yes, it was a shortage in the bulb, so it would flicker on and off.
Okay, do you know if he got it repaired?
Yes,
Okay, can you get me a receipt showing that it was repaired?
I don't talk to that person any longer.
Yeah, because if I could get something showing compliance, I could dismiss this case.
I can try, but I don't talk to him anymore.
Okay, well, you tell me, I can give you a reset to see if you can try to get some evidence showing that it was repaired. Or we
Yes.
can just go forward and you can pay a fine.
No, well, right now I can't pay a fine for any of these tickets actually, because I just had a baby and got out of surgery, so I'm unemployed at the moment.
Okay, well, I mean, we can give you time to pay, or we can just reset the cases.
If I can reset, that would be great.
Okay, all right, so I take it that with regard to the no driver's license, you're not in you don't have a position to do anything?
No, not right now.
Okay, all right, Clarissa, let's go ahead and reset her. When do you anticipate finding a job, or what's your situation there?
Well, I had my son's surgery, so I have to stay out of work for at least 6 weeks. And I had him on 9/11, so I've only been out of work for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay. So if I reset you for 60 days, would that help you?
Yes.
All right, Clarissa, let's go ahead and reset Ms. Santos for 60 days.
Very good.
Okay, all right, Ms. Santos, they're gonna send you a reset form, and let's hopefully you'll be able to get working before then.
Yes, sir.
You have
Ms.
any-
Santos, are you still on Lindbergh Boulevard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll send it there, okay?
Okay.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Ms.
Thank
Santos,
you.
let me
Y'all
go
have a
ahead and
nice day.
excuse you.
You too.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, then Clarissa, on page 5, number 7 is Mr. Cardenas, but he has 4.
Yes, and then Leif Reynolds has 3, and
Okay,
Valette Johnson has 4. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, looks like we have all the way till Antonio Lopez, who is number 12, that need breakout rooms.
okay, now who's number 12? Antonio Lopez, okay.
Uh-huh.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Lopez, I have you on, looks like on your phone. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, you're Antonio Luis Lopez III?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, you have a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. How do you plead?
I wanted to ask on that charge, was I caught with, like, I don't think I had anything on me for them to charge me with that.
So do you wish to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty. I'm gonna ask you to visit with the prosecutor, see if y'all can work something out. But if you
Okay.
cannot work it out and we need a trial, did you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
Or judge.
Judge, okay, so we'll set you on a non-jury docket. Okay, Mr. Lopez, so just stand by, and as soon as he becomes available, he'll visit with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, then number 13 has 3 violations as well, so we need to go to number 14, which is Trey O'Brien.
Okay, let's go ahead and, where is Mr. O'Brien? There he is. Okay, Mr. O'Brien, can you unmute yourself, sir? There you go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. O'Brien, you have a charge of driving while licensed invalid or suspended. How do you plead?
But
Breaking up.
I was, is there any way I could talk to Mr. Mead about that, or
Sure.
talk to somebody about that?
Okay, so just go ahead and stand by and we'll let you visit with him.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, all right, okay. Now
Yes,
we
sir.
have
Thank
Mr. Mead back. Mr. Mead, let's see, who were you visiting with?
Was Mr. Osvaldo Mora.
Okay, what page is he on?
He's on page 4, pretty close to the top.
Got him. Okay, very good. And do we have Mr. Mora back in the courtroom?
Yes, he's here, Your Honor.
Okay, where,
He's muted. Unmute yourself, Mr. Mora.
Hello.
there you are. Okay, all right. Okay, Mr. Mead, what do we have?
Mr. Mora needs to have a reset. This is his first appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, how much time?
Whatever is coming up next.
30 days?
That'd be fine. Is 30 days enough, Mr. Mora? Would you like more? He's
That
trying to
should be
come up with
fine.
money. You need more?
That should be fine.
30 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Mora, I'm gonna go ahead and reset your case for 30 days. You'll be receiving a letter from the court with a reset date.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. And I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you.
Mr. Mora, are you still on Parkview Drive, sir?
Yes.
Okay, we'll send it there, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, John, all the rest of them need breakout rooms, so we need to send you in with everyone.
Wait, are you gonna do one at a time, Clarissa?
Of course, yes, sir, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That would be an adventure. Everybody go together.
So who's next?
It's going to be Patrick Murphy.
And what page is,
He is on page 5.
okay.
Okay,
Okay,
John, you ready?
Sure.
Okay, here you go, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
okay, Clarissa, while John is conferring, let's go ahead and call the individuals that are not here.
Very good.
Okay, let me just make a notation here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on page 1. It looks like Eric Michael Conlon
Yes,
is a
sir.
no-show. Stephen Frank Meath is a no-show. John P. Libby.
John Libby is a reset. Susan, he came to the window and Susan reset him about an hour ago.
Okay, let me just make a notation, reset, okay. All right, going on to page 2. Martin A. Duran as a no-show. Daniel Cardenas as a no-show. And then at the bottom of the page, Richard Albert Hosek.
Okay, Judge, do you have
Sorry,
Joshua?
I can't hear you.
You have Joshua Morales on there? Yes, he should be a no-show. He's got a big bunch of them.
Oh, yeah, I see him, okay.
Okay,
Yeah, Joshua Carlos Morales has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 citations as a no-show. Okay. We'll go to page 3. Amador Villarreal as a no-show. Jacob Ray Garza, 3 citations as a no-show. Zachary Ryan Gentry as a no-show. Mark Anthony Perez as a no-show. Yvonne Irene Estrada as a no-show. Moses Reina Rodriguez as a no-show. Christopher Tracy Flores as a no-show. Eric Matthew de la Garza, 2 citations as a no-show. Delilah Horta as a no-show. Jose Luis Magallanes, 2 citations as a no-show. Sean Dean Carver as a no-show. David Wayne Kennedy as a no-show. That takes us to page 4. Daniela Bosquez as a no-show, 3 citations. Elijah Vershawn Kennemore as a no-show. David Ibarra as a no-show, 3 citations. Gordon Eugene Mahan, 3 citations as a no-show. Eddie Devon Coleman has 4 citations as a no-show. Julio Cesar Teneco as a no-show, 2 citations. Robert Anthony Garcia as a no-show. Christopher Paul Mutz as a no-show. Didier Rodriguez, 2 citations as a no-show. Ty O'Brien Miles as a no-show. Daniel Antonio Velez as a no-show. Victor Hugo Lechuga as a no-show. Then going on, and that's it.
should be it.
Okay, for those individuals, there's going to be an order from the court to issue a pre-warrant arrest notice. Now, if any of those individuals had already received a pre-arrest warrant notice, we'll issue a straight arrest warrant for those individuals. Okay, now, so if everyone will stand by, you'll have a chance to speak to the prosecutor. Okay, let's see, we have Mr. Mead back. Do we have Mr. Murphy back?
Got about
Wherever you
Yes,
two.
Your Honor.
seconds
I'm
there.
here, Your Honor.
There you
Okay, we're waiting on Mr. Murphy. There he is.
He's here.
Okay,
I'm
Mr.
here,
Murphy.
sir.
Okay, Mr. Murphy, we're all able to reach an agreement.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir.
What do we have?
Don't throw good money at bad. No contest, defensive driving, Your Honor, if you don't mind, and we'll get on down the road.
No contest, defensive driving. Very good. Okay, Mr. Murphy, let me ask you 4 questions. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
have a valid driver's license?
I do, sir.
Are you currently insured?
Yes, sir.
Have you taken the class within the last 12 months to get a ticket dismissed?
No, sir.
Okay, and can you pay court costs of $144?
Sure, yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grant your request for defensive driving. Mr. Murphy, do you have that phone number that was given to everyone?
Yes, sir, I do.
If you will call that number and they'll go ahead and take your court cost fee of $144. And
Yes,
then
sir.
you'll have 90 days to do the class. Once you turn in the certificate of completion and your driving record, it'll be dismissed.
You got it, sir. Thank you, Your Honor, for your time.
No, thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Y'all too. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Okay, Mr. Mead, let's see who's next, Clarissa.
We have Miguel Cardenas. And he is on page 5, John.
Okay.
Number 7.
Is
Okay, Mr.
everybody else?
Cardenas.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody should, yeah, everybody else is yours.
moving?
I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead and open the room.
Hey, Clarissa,
Yes, sir.
on Mr. Leaf Andrew Reynolds,
Yes.
I see where he has 2 driving while license invalid or suspended. Are those on different dates?
Yes, I believe so. I'm gonna look right now, but I think so, because there's a gap in the case number, so. Yeah, and he lives on Real, so it's real close to here. Yes, one was May 26th, the first 2 violations, and the second one was on June 2nd.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and let him talk to Mr. Mead.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, who's number 9? We're looking at, okay, that's 4. Number 10. Yeah, that's the 11. Okay, hey Clarissa, I'm going to mute myself for a second because I think.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Clarissa, did somebody drop out?
I think he may have accidentally dropped out, but it looks like he's trying to connect again.
Okay.
Yes, I'm back here.
Hi, Antonio Lopez.
There's no-
Okay.
Did you miss me?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mead, you were talking to Mr. Cardenas?
Yes.
Okay, we'll just wait for him.
Oops.
Okay, Mr. Cardenas,
here.
Michael.
He just got here.
Okay,
There he
Mr. Cardenas, is your first name Miguel Angel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have you as Michael on the
It
screen.
says Michael, but it's Miguel.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Mead, were you able to reach an agreement?
No.
No.
Mr. Cardenas wants to request the court to give him a reset. This is his first appearance.
Okay.
Is 30 days enough for you, Mr. Cardenas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and reset the case, all cases for 30 days. All right, and I think that's it. Okay, Mr. Cardenas, you'll be getting a letter from the court with another court date. Clarissa, do we have a good address for him?
Mr. Cardenas, are you still in Timber Ridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. That's where we'll send it, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Okay, Mr. Mead, we're gonna send you back in with Leif Reynolds. He's on page 2.
Michael Lagar, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, have a good day,
Oh,
guys.
For
Okay, thank you, sir.
some reason, it has Leif Arnold on here. How that happened. But here we go.
Okay. Can I ask something real quick?
Sure. Well, you better hurry because I just sent you.
I'll join him. I'm looking at
Okay.
something. I see there are 3 charges and 2 of them are on the same day, driving with license invalid or suspended. 2 charges on the same day for the same
No.
offense?
Two different date. One was 5/26/20 and the other one was 6/2/20.
Well, I've got 5/26/20 on both of them here.
Well, now there's 3 citations.
Okay, let me look at that. I'm sorry. I may have put the same one on all 3. I did. Okay, so the last one, I'm sorry, I get cross-eyed making these things sometimes. The last one is the violation happened on June 2nd, 2020. So he was
Okay.
stopped again. Okay, thank you, John. Sorry about that.
Clarissa, I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Clarissa,
Yes, sir.
if I send you a document in PDF form, can you convert it over to Word?
Was it? It came to you as a PDF?
Yes.
I don't think we can convert from PDF.
Okay.
You have to buy some kind of software,
Yeah, there is a software that you can.
and that's the only way to do it. And I don't think we have that. I'll verify that with Susan. I know we had talked about getting it at one time. I don't know that we did, but I'll ask Susan and I'll let you know this
Okay.
afternoon before we get off court. After we,
It doesn't have to be done today.
okay. We had talked about getting that at one point, but I don't remember if we ever did or didn't.
Okay.
Not sure. If we did, I can do it.
I know you can.
I'll figure it out.
Okay, we have Mr. Mead back.
I'm sorry. Let me close that room. Sorry.
Yes. Okay, we have
Oh, there
Mr.
he is.
Reynolds back.
Reynolds, yes.
Okay, Mr. Mead, were you able to reach an agreement?
No.
Yes, sir.
He wants to
He
reset.
said it was,
Hang on
Wants
just a
to-
second,
there's
Mr.
some-
Reynolds.
There's some documentation that I'm gonna need and the court's probably gonna need. And so he wants a reset so he can put together the documentation that we need.
Okay, Mr. Reynolds, how much time do you need, sir? Would 30 days do it?
yes, sir.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and reset all three cases for 30 days. Clarissa, do we have a good address for Mr.
Are
Reynolds?
you still on Real Drive, Mr. Reynolds?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
We'll be a reset to that address, okay?
All righty.
okay.
We can hear you, Clarissa.
I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, sir, so you'll be getting a letter from the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, have a good day.
All right, you too.
I'm sorry, John?
I just couldn't hear what you said, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so you're going with Billette Johnson now to the breakout room?
Okay.
She's on page 1.
Okay.
Miss Johnson, if you can unmute yourself, you'll be going to the breakout room, okay?
Okay.
Page 1.
Yes, sir. I think. Yes, toward the bottom.
Okay.
Judge on Zachary Viatric. Oh, never
Okay.
mind. He's under 25. My brain wasn't working at the time. Now I got it. Sorry.
That's all right.
Judge, I'm going to send you a picture of a document that one of our previous young ladies that was just with us, Kiana Santos, had sent.
Okay.
She emailed this and I printed it out just now. I don't know if this is,
Are you sending it by text?
I'm going to text it. I'm going to text it to you real quick. Just take a picture of it and send it. Let's see. I didn't have it printed out when she was up here, but I saw it and printed it after she was off already. I don't know that it's an official document or anything. I just,
Well, we're gonna have to send her our packet.
okay. And then
Yeah.
she can just do that on her 60-day reset.
Yes,
We can have it for the hearing that day.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Should I tell her to join us at a different time or can she just do it during the regular docket?
No, let's do a different time.
You want to do it prior? Well, that's hard. What,
can
should
do
I
that.
set her up at like 3:30 maybe or something, right when we're finishing up the other docket?
Yes,
Okay, I'll do that. That way it does, she won't have an audience.
right. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Tell her to call in about 3 then. We should be done. It's a smaller docket for next. I'm trying to keep the docket smaller
Okay.
while we're doing Zoom because they've been going on till like 8:30 and 9 with us over here. So
Okay.
you had suggested last time to maybe do smaller docket, so
Yeah, and make sure you emphasize to her that we need the supporting documents.
documents, okay. Hi, Mr. Mead.
Hello.
Hey, Clarissa, do we still have that timer set at 60 seconds? I'm bringing them back from the break.
No, it's at 10 seconds.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
that's
the
it.
lowest you can go is 10.
Okay, and if we, Ms. Johnson, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Mead, were you all able to reach an agreement?
Yes.
Okay, what do we have?
On the failure to provide evidence of insurance, plea of guilty, straight plea, fine of $266, needs time to pay. On the DW, the driving with license suspended or invalid, I'm on TIC that one. As I understand, the registration was taken care of within the proper time period and the late registration fee was paid. So that's going to be a $20 dismissal, assuming the documentation is available.
I don't see anything on that.
Mr. Johnson, could you email that to the court?
Yes, sir. Or I can photo, text message, either way.
Okay,
Whichever.
yeah, we'll need to see the registration.
Yeah, do the
Or
photo.
I can bring it.
Can you take a picture of it and text it to us?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have that phone number 210-837-3704? If you text it to that number, we can go ahead and take care of that. But we would need it today, okay?
837.
Mm-hmm.
What was the rest? Sorry.
837-3704.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I can get it to you today.
Okay, great.
And he wants to pay the $20 dismissal fee today too, Clarissa.
Okay, great.
And time pay on the failure to provide evidence of insurance.
Okay, and then what are we doing with the failed to display driver's license?
I'm TIC in that.
So the TIC is for the driving while license invalid and the failed to display, right?
No,
No, I have a failed to, I'm sorry, driving while license invalid and the failed to display driver's license. They're not both TIC?
yeah, they are. I
Okay,
will.
okay. All right,
Okay,
so we're in good shape. So you're gonna do a time payment on the evidence of financial responsibility, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Great, okay. All right, Judge, I'm sorry.
okay, no, that's okay. Okay, with regard to the charge on Billette Johnson, with regard to the charge of failed to provide evidence of insurance, I'm going to go ahead and accept the plea of guilty. I'm going to go ahead and order a straight payment of the fine of $266, and we are going to give him time payment on that fine. With regard to the expired registration, evidence will be supported showing that it was renewed within the 20 business days and that the county was paid their late payment fee. Upon receipt of that, we're going to go ahead and dismiss it with a $20 dismissal fee, which will be paid today. With regard to,
I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have the 20 to pay today.
oh, Mr. Mead is. Did I
Oh, that's
have
right. I'm sorry. I forgot he was going to pay it Friday.
Friday?
I can pay it Friday on payday. I don't have it today.
Okay, all right, that'd be
Okay,
fine.
you'll have to call that 3704 number to do that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So text it over, the copy of it, we have to verify it, and then send that to us today, though, so that we can make sure it was done by your initial court date.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, now with regard to the charge of failed to display driver's license, the state is taking that into consideration and that'll be wind up being dismissed. With regard to the charge of driving while license invalid or suspended, the state is taking that into consideration and will also be dismissed. Any questions?
No, sir.
I mean, okay, very good. Okay, do we need anything?
Ms. Johnson, are you still on Candle Crown Court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Okay, all right, Ms. Johnson, I'm gonna go ahead and release you. All right? Okay.
And I'll
Text
send
that
that
over.
information.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great. Just send that to us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, John, I have Trayvon Arnold on page 2. He's number 10 on page 2 at the very top. Mr.
Okay.
Arnold, if you can unmute yourself, you're going to go into the breakout room.
All righty.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Mr. Trayvon Arnold. And
Yeah, there
Mr.
he is.
Arnold, if you'll go ahead and unmute yourself, sir.
He's unmuted.
I
not.
don't
Oh,
know.
no.
He's
He's
still
there.
muted.
Oh, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
There you are. Okay, I've got you on two screens here. Okay, Mr. Mead, were you able to reach an agreement?
Well, Your Honor, it's another one. This is another one of those cases where so many people are having problems with the driver's license, making appointments to get them and that stuff. Now, what's the date of your appointment, Mr. Arnold?
October.
October what?
The 29th at 10:10
So
a.m.
he's got an appointment to get his driver's license. Let's get him a reset. Everybody knows what we're going to do when he gets his driver's license. He just got to have that before we can do anything.
So we're looking at November?
Yeah, that works.
What do we have in November?
Yes, sir.
And the 4th and the 18th.
Okay, let's give him the 18th.
Very good.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Arnold, we're going to go ahead and reset your cases to November the 18th. And hopefully by that time you got everything completed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Do we need any other information from Mr. Arnold?
No.
Trayvon, you're on Olmsted Park?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. That's where we'll send your reset, okay?
All righty. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
you're excused.
Bye. Thank y'all.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
We'll reset him. I'll just put, because he'd have to call in right now. But he can, I mean, but.
Mr. Mead, on page 1 is Stephen McCauley.
Who now?
On
Okay.
page 1, Stephen McCauley.
All right.
Yes, I'm gonna send y'all right now. Judge, we have somebody that showed up for court. He didn't get the, his mail. We didn't get it back, but he said he didn't get it, so he showed up before 3 for court. And he's going outside to call in right now. But he has 3 violations as well, so he's gonna have to wait on John Mead as well.
What's his name?
His name is Gordon Mahan. He is on page 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and so let's go ahead and remove the notation of a
Okay.
note. So then he'd be 16, right?
Sir. And there he is. Mr. Mahan?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. we're gonna put you in line. You have about 4 people ahead of you yet. So you'll be able to speak with the prosecutor shortly, okay? Where to go? Are you? He ended up back in the waiting room. Okay, you there?
Yes.
Okay, so did you hear me? There's about 4 people ahead of you, and then you'll be able to talk to the prosecutor about your cases, okay?
Thank you so much.
Carissa, do you want to add his name to the screen?
To the what, sir?
To the screen?
Oh, to the screen, yes, sir. I'm doing that right as we speak.
Okay, Mr. Mead. Okay, and me, let's see.
Close the room real quick.
Okay, Mr. McCauley, if you can unmute yourself, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. McCauley, let's see, I have you on audio. Do you acknowledge taking the oath that I administered earlier?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Mead, were you all able to reach an agreement? Mr. Mead, if you'll unmute yourself.
Okay.
There we go.
Mr. McCauley has a CDL. The offer that I made is to reduce the speeding charge to a lesser included offense of 54 and a 50, fine of $300, a straight plea on the failure to provide evidence of insurance for $400. Mr. McCauley has a driver's license, and I'm also taking into consideration and dismissing the driver's license ticket. That's my recommendation.
Okay, Mr. McCauley, is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, now for the, Mr. Mead, as far as the speeding and the failure to provide, he's entering a plea of no contest or guilty, or has he made one?
He hasn't told me whichever you want to do, Mr. McCauley.
I'll go ahead and go guilty.
Okay, very good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and follow the recommendation and the agreement of the parties. With regard to the speeding ticket, it's my understanding that the charge will be amended to allege a speed of 54 and a 50. It's gonna be a straight payment of $300.
Okay.
With regard to the failure to display of driver's license, the state is taking that into consideration and will be dismissing it. And with regard to the failure to provide evidence of insurance, I'm accepting your plea of guilty and assess a fine of $400. How is this going to be paid?
I don't have the money today. I would need some time.
Okay, so you need a place on a time pay. Any objection, Mr. Mead?
Pardon me, Your Honor?
No objections?
No.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put you on a time pay on both of those offenses, Mr. McCauley. Just as a reminder, you will have 30 days to pay the fine or fines. If you do not pay within the 30 days, they'll put you on a payment plan. However, there will be a time payment fee added to that. Let me see the offense date. Okay. Okay, so that would be of $25. These are offenses that occurred in 2018. So
Okay.
you want to save yourself $25 on each one. Try to take care of as many as you can within the 30 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. McCauley?
Mr. McCauley, I think we do. I think we need a good address. Doesn't, unless you're, oh gosh, I can't even read this. Point Crossing, is that a?
It's just Point Crossing.
Point Crossing. Okay, so we would send it your payment plan information to that address.
Okay.
I'll just need you to when you get that, to please sign it and initial it where indicated and return that to us. So that'll be in effect, okay?
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mead, if you'll go to page 5, number 12, Antonio Luis Lopez III. He's entering a plea of not guilty and is requesting a non-jury trial. He wants to visit with you.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Lopez, just stand by. They're gonna put you in the breakout room.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Iguia, you're next to go in the room, okay?
Okay, there you go. All right, Mr. Mead, see Mr. Lopez is back in the courtroom. Were y'all able to reach an agreement?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he just wants to go ahead and have his trial, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, we're gonna go ahead and set it down for a non-jury trial. Clarissa, do we have a good address for Mr. Lopez?
Are you on Golden Crown, Mr. Lopez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's where we'll send your notice, okay? We're gonna send you a not guilty plea. If you can fill that out and return it to us, then
Okay.
we'll notify you. After that,
yes.
we'll notify you when your trial will be.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, Mr. Mead, you're not gonna get a break here. You're going in with Mr. Iguia. Mr. Iguia is on page 1.
Okay, I don't get a break? Why not?
No break, sorry. Everybody wants to go home or go to bed or whatever everybody's gonna do when they,
I'm not gonna go to bed quite yet.
okay, well, you can go home.
I am home.
Oh, well, you can go to the living room.
Okay. What happened?
Ooh, I don't know.
My breakout room choice just went away.
I don't know. It shows that it's still,
I was getting ready to click it and it disappeared on me.
oh, okay, let me try to, I'll just redo it again. There we go.
All right,
Maybe
there
now.
we go.
There we go. Okay, Mr. O'Brien, you're gonna be next when they come out, okay?
Hey, Clarissa, did we lose someone? Saverio Mateos.
Kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I show him number 15.
Oh, gosh, they're already back.
Yep.
Okay.
All
You're
right.
good. You unmuted? You need to unmute.
Unmute, Mr. Iguia.
Got it.
There you
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Mead, we are able to reach an agreement.
Well, Your Honor, here, this is a case that we have been going around on for a while. But it's the same problem again. Here we are again, Judge.
Okay,
Mr. Aguirre he had a bunch of other tickets to pay off. He's now done that. He's trying to make an appointment to get his license. I told him that way back when that I couldn't do anything for him. We could do a lot for him if he had a license, but if he doesn't, we can't. So he's requesting that I ask the court to give him another reset so he can see about, now that he's got all his other business in order, see about getting his license and taking care of China Grove.
how many resets has he had?
I think 3, Your Honor.
3?
3, I believe.
Okay. Mr. Iguia, are you confident you can take care of this within the next 30 days?
Confident, no. I mean, I took care of all the last other tickets, so it's just a matter of getting the appointment to get the driver's license. It's just depends on trying to get that
It might
appointment.
take 60, Judge.
Okay. All right, I tell you what,
I mean,
we're gonna go
would
ahead and.
60 be better for you, Mr. Aguirre?
Hey, I hope so. I mean, I wanted to take care of it the first time I came out here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you and this really will be a final reset. for
Thank you,
60
Judge.
days, okay? All
And if
right.
I could make a suggestion, Mr. Aguirre,
Yes.
get working on getting that appointment as soon as you get off this Zoom.
Right.
It'll take a while.
Yeah, if you get online, you can make one. I actually made one. Well, yours is for a different reason, but we made one to renew a driver's license for my father, and he got in the next week. So
Okay. Because
yeah, you might be able to get in right away.
I'm just short of going to the office to try to, get that going. But I just don't know if they're open.
They're not.
I think you have to have an
Okay.
appointment. Yeah, so get
Okay.
online and make an appointment with DPS first. It's at that texas.gov, www.texas.gov.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, do we have a good address for Mr. Aguia?
Are you on,
Clarissa?
are you still on ESSIS, ESSIS Street? How do you say it?
Essex.
Essex. Okay, how
Yeah.
is it spelled?
ESSEX.
ESS.
EX. Yes, ma'am.
ESSEX. Okay,
Yes,
we had
ma'am.
it wrong. Okay, great. Thank you. We'll send it there.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Mr. Aguia. We're gonna go ahead and excuse you.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Have a good day.
And
Thank you.
Judge, did you say 30 days or 60 days?
60.
60 days. Right. Thank you, Mr. Aguia.
Thank you all. You have a good one.
You
Okay,
too.
bye-bye. Okay, Trey O'Brien is gonna go with
Oh, my
John
God.
Mead.
I was looking at 3 boxes there and I see one of them's got your name in it, Clarissa. That makes me feel a lot better.
I know it. I think that is actually Susan on that one. I think that's Susan. So we're okay.
That means I might be
We,
finished.
see, that's Susan. I think we had somebody
Yeah,
drop
Susan.
out, John.
Hmm?
I think we had somebody drop out. I don't see him here anymore. Severo Mateos. But we did add Gordon Mahan, so we'll fill you in on that one after you're done with Mr. O'Brien.
Okay, Mr. O'Brien. What page is Mr. O'Brien on?
He is on page 5. Okay, and Mr. O'Brien, you just need to unmute yourself, okay? You're muted. Let me see if I can do it. I don't think I can.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Now we hear
Is
you.
that good?
That's good.
Okay, yes,
sir.
ma'am. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so we do not have Mr. Mateos, right?
He looks like he's gone and he's not in the waiting room.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to do a no-show.
Okay. Sometimes they can't hold on that long, so they're at work or something and have to go back in, so they just hang up.
Right. Okay, Mr. O'Brien, if you can unmute yourself, sir.
Yes, sir.
There
Yes,
we
sir.
go. Great, thank you. Mr. Mead, were you able to reach any kind of an agreement?
Uh-oh,
Mr.
he's-
Mead, unmute yourself.
Mr. O'Brien's only got one ticket, which is driving with license invalid or suspended. He just finished cleaning up a bunch of stuff, including a bunch of China Grove stuff, and he got his driver's license. He's concerned that the getting another driver's license conviction is going to cause more serious problems for him. So what I suggested was maybe we could give him 30 days deferred on the driving with license suspended or invalid for $236 and just avoid, so he'll have a dismissal at some point in the near future.
Okay, is that your understanding, Mr. O'Brien?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what was that amount, Mr. Mead?
236.
236, 30 days?
30 days.
Okay, and he is entering a plea of, how do you plead, Mr. O'Brien, to the charge of driving a license invalid?
Guilty.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement. Let the record show that Mr. O'Brien has his driver's license now. The state is recommending a deferred for 30 days for $236. I'm gonna go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement between the parties. How is that gonna be paid, the 236?
With the debit card.
Today?
Yes, sir. It'll have to be in a little while, but yes, sir, today.
Okay, great. Do you have the phone number that you need to call in to make that payment?
Let me see. Cool. Yes, sir. Go ahead with it.
It's 210
Okay.
648
Okay.
4923. And let me give you one more. It's the cell
Okay.
phone. If you can't get a hold of us on the other one, it's 210 837 3704.
Okay. All righty. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mr. Bryan. I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, sir, so you're free to log off.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Mead, if you'll go to page 4.
We're gonna have a new one for you. Thank you, Mr. O'Brien.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, his name's Gordon Mahan,
Okay.
and he just joined us. He didn't get the paperwork for Zoom, so he showed up for court here. So he is gonna visit with you. He's got 3 violations. And I will send you in there. Mr. Mahan, you need to unmute your phone so that you can talk to Mr. Mead, okay?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Very good. Okay, here you go.
There's Susan and Judy.
I can't hear y'all. Are y'all muted? Y'all are muted. You're muted. You want to be muted?
Oh, we're hiding.
Thought you were trying to tell Judge hi.
Hey, girls, we're on.
Oh, that was taped to it? Very smart.
We're on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're still on YouTube, so we can't be too silly. Nope, there goes the mask again. That was a much easier to handle docket today.
Yes, and I think y'all get
Except-
out early.
Lots of violations though, so that tied it up for a while. But
Yes.
hopefully it will stay smaller dockets. I'm gonna try anyway. Sometimes they get away from us before we cut them off, but we're gonna try.
Well, this one was a good one.
Yes, it was much better. It's hard when there's 3 pages of them on here and you're trying to
Right.
get to them all. Okay, then it's okay for me to stamp the back of Severo Mateos, right?
Yes.
And he, I probably should, I'll talk to you after we shut down.
Okay. Okay. Okay, if we can bring back Mr. Mahan. There he is. Okay, Mr. Mead. Mr. Mahan's back in the courtroom. I'll let you reach an agreement.
Yes, we were, Your Honor.
Okay, what do we have?
Failure to provide evidence of insurance. I'm recommending 6 months deferred, $300, condition that he maintain insurance.
Okay.
The speeding, 90 days deferred, $250.
How many days?
Pardon me?
How many days? 90?
90,
90, okay.
On the expired registration, I'm taking that into consideration, recommending the court dismiss it.
Okay. Okay, Mr.
And
Mahan, is that your
one more thing,
understanding of the agreement,
one
sir?
more thing, Judge.
Yes,
He's going to pay the court cost of $215 today
on the,
on both deferred.
okay, so he's paying the $81 and the 134?
Correct.
Okay. All right, and then you're gonna give him how much time for the balance?
60 days to pay the balance, Your Honor. Yeah, with the court's permission.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Mr. Mahan, is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and follow the recommendation. Let me go ahead and take a plea from you. Mr. Mahan, with regard to the charge of failure to provide, Mr. Mahan, since I have you on the phone, do you acknowledge taking the oath that I administered earlier?
I don't believe he
No,
was
I wasn't
here.
here earlier.
You're not, okay, I'm gonna ask you to raise your right hand. Do you swear the
Okay.
testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so to the charge of failed to provide evidence of insurance, how do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
Okay, and to the charge of speeding, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and follow the plea of bargain agreement, which is as follows. With regard to the failure to provide evidence of insurance, I'm gonna go ahead and accept your plea of guilty, place you on deferred for 6 months, a special expense fee of $300, and then maintain insurance for 6 months, and you will pay the court cost of $81 today. With regard to the charge of speeding, I'm gonna go ahead and accept your plea of guilty. I'm gonna place you on deferred for 90 days with a special expense fee of $250, and you're gonna pay the court cost of $134 today. And then the balance on those two offenses will be due in 60 days. Mr. Mahan, do you have any questions?
No, that's good.
Okay, Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Mahan?
Mr. Mahan, do you have let me give you the phone number you need to call to pay that today?
Okay, 1 second. Let me get. Hey, Tiff, can you write this number on your phone real quick? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you need to call 210
210
648
648
4923.
4923.
And then let me give you another number just in case that one doesn't, they don't answer. It's 210 837
210
mhm,
837
3704.
3704.
Yes,
All right. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Have a nice day.
Okay, I'm gonna excuse you, Mr. Mahan. You can go ahead and log off now, sir.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and adjourn for today. If we can go ahead and go off of live of YouTube.